Hello Galactic family. Beloved ones. As we go deeper in this love month, we are closer to the powerful super full moon at 23 degrees of Aries. We like everything that our human self took for granted is being modified by our soul in new ways that are more aligned with our real journey, because no matter how we plan our lives, there will always be a higher intelligence orchestrating all of a more perfect way than we had in our human minds. Change has been a constant during this intense summer northern hemisphere, NT. Our inner and outer worlds were dismantled to begin to create them repeatedly, while we continue to transform us and make us new every time. At the time of the full moon in Aries, and during the last months of this year, we remain in a threshold where we are not fully able to imagine the next step of our way, just what we leave behind. That is why it is so important that, instead of being attached to the familiar, or trying to force things done ahead of time, let us take time, even if the fiery Aries invite us to act, to create internal harmony, as Libra suggests. Assess what this last step has taught us and achieve inner synthesis before we act. While we remain on the threshold, a place where there is no time or space, it is also a wonderful opportunity to not only examine this last step, but we are also grateful for everything and everyone who touched our lives so far. All full moons concern the conclusions, the Aries opposite, the first sign of the zodiac, which is a self-centered sign, eager to constantly start new things and immerse himself in new adventures, as Aries loves physical challenges. This is not a contradiction, since the findings and new beginnings are always interconnected and have confirmation of what we have already experienced internally, a profound inner alchemical transformation in which we are becoming again, every time, leaving aside all our old ways, old relationships, to receive the higher, because we come here to integrate polarity and see all the things/beings/aspects of ourselves as equals in creation, which is what the Libra love reminds us, start the movement from the self to feel all as one. This Aries full moon will help us bring this inner fire and the desire to act in the physical, burning old bridges that connect us to the past and giving us the passion and courage to access the unknown with an open heart. Since it is a supermoon, closer to Earth, its opposite energies will hit us hard, because we have two different forces collide. On the one hand, we have the Sun in the loving and peaceful Libra, on the other, we have the Moon in bold Aries, and in conjunction with Uranus with a dissonant quadrature T between the Sun and Mercury, and Libra, Pluto and Mars conjunction in Capricorn. Aries is creative, passionate and likes to act, since it accesses the unknown without hesitation. His impulsive energy helps us to bring to manifestation our deepest desires, but here, Libra, again, reminds us to examine our feelings before acting and to ask ourselves. We are acting with the proper understanding of how things are created in the invisible realms and the consequences that our actions will have for the whole? We are creating from a unified place for the highest good of all and not just for ourselves? The opposing energies challenge us to master the art of not polarize, but alchemize both forces, creating the internal synthesis of impulsiveness of our human self and our natural state of balance and harmony. The full moon will also help us to become fully aware of the aspects of our lives that we can improve and put a little fire to start something new. As Mars, the ruler of Aries, will be strong also during the second half of this month, we have an opportunity to use this explosive energy to act on new creations that we desire. Remember that this month also supports a frequency number 1, new beginnings, and along the end of this year, is gently leading us to a completely new stage. We have a precious moment, as the cosmic forces continue emanating blessings endless us, to release, transform what is not really working and start again. the conjunction between the Moon and Uranus, the catalyst for change, not only will be strongly felt within, but also the collective, because even though what is happening may seem chaotic to our human being, in fact, is what's making the masses awaken to their true nature and are liberated from the old matrix of control and illusion. And contrary to what some people share, false advertising, we are conscious enough to discern, see behind the chaos and know that there are more and more souls accessing this evolutionary path, as the veils continue to be undone by the All, which is working to the benefit of all. Uranus in its changing nature, invites us to free ourselves from the old attachments. Sometimes we create these internal illusions of separation and lack, thinking that the external circumstances, people or events are the ones that will save us. When in fact, we ourselves who we remain cloistered in a false reality, we have built and we can also destroy. There is nothing or no one can stop us to choose freedom and a higher way of living, but ourselves. Look inside to see where you are creating imbalances, which still resist or even lie to themselves and blame others instead of taking full responsibility for own journey. Let your soul reveal how liberating it is to become aware of that were you all the time that created the same situations, with different people, with different shades, just to prove that they were not free, when really you are sovereign beings and powerful from the beginning, able to create any reality you choose to experience in this physical realm. On 15th October, we not only have Mercury in Libra, making an exact square to Pluto, as well as Mars in Capricorn joining this quadrature. Mercury in Libra suggests that it is a wonderful time for you. Let us inquire whether we are maintaining balanced relations based on unconditional love and authenticity, or are we still repeating old patterns that lead to addiction and dependence? We are communicating from a place of complete integrity and freedom? Or are we in need to get validation from others? Mars in Capricorn and Pluto will enable us and give us strength to face all the revelations about our relationships we will receive at this time, knowing that never really lose someone and that as cosmic travelers, is in our nature to dance with different companions every moment of our existence, deep feeling that actually we are always a being united by invisible threads that connect us all in creation. The road to unification is not easy, and the Aries/Libra axis helps us to recover the balance that is required between being too impulsive and find the proper discernment before taking new measure, which is essential, as we continue to go through the threshold that is leading us to a new stage. And, as we continue the old earth apart, we can find many challenges along the way. Since no one said this path would always be easy, but as souls on the rise, it was our conscious choice, and pass through challenges actually impel us out of our comfort zone and feel the physical sensations as we continue repadronizando our physical vehicle. It is perfectly natural when a profound change is happening. Transform our physical bodies and adapt them to the new frequency and higher than we are. Lowering our I am presence is not a one-day process. Each of you will face physical pain in parts of your body that are more resistant to release what you used to be, while living in two different worlds makes you spend more energy than just surrender to what is now aligned with your true self. Some of you may have felt weak these last few weeks, especially in your stomach and chest regions, mainly due to the long and intense process of dissolution of more programmed features of the 3D character. Let the pain come, allow yourself to feel it. Remember, this is not a race, nor are we here to judge what can only be felt. They embrace what your soul is showing them. Let the illusion dissipate and release of their limited beliefs. Be compassionate with its unique journey, especially when you repeat old situations. We are eternal beings. The universe always gives unconditional love for all. no time or final destination to reach, only that we become infinite love, and so continue, and to live new experiences wonderful. This full moon in opposition to the sun in Libra, with all this cardinal power in heaven, is a gift to us to create the balance, as we continue the transformation of our whole being and our lives. Impulsivity and Aries rebellion will only lead us to chaotic manifestations, if we do not maintain both an internal state of harmony, yielding ourselves to what is our natural state of being, rather than forcing things our way, because finally, it is more difficult to maintain the state of imbalance. Just surrender to the endless stream of love and joy that we are in essence, and patiently wait for divine time, and our desires will thrive. At a time of completion, as not only end up with the old situations and relationships, and destroyed from within all the illusory worlds that our human self created, we now have cosmic gift with this fiery moon, along the influence Libra, Mercury and Jupiter also in the same sign, to light our inner spark and start from a state of unity, all the changes necessary to recreate our physical reality, and assess, from a broader perspective, the relationships we still keep in our lives, and discern whether we are still attached to fixed linear results that our human self would like to express, or whether to release and let our soul meet us and our new and perfect companions that are aligned with those we became. The universe always lights the way for us, just have to know where to look among all the shadows that our human self tends to design, and deliver us from all charges, while we are in the process of planting new seeds in our unique way, trusting that we are always being supported and loved immeasurably by this loving universe, and that all desires of our soul flourish and expand in divine timing for all. With love and light,